Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is time for our second and final series of the day. It's our third match, actually, in the playoffs, gods. It's going to be Team Liquid versus Team Empire. Best of three, loser goes home.
And this is the two losers playing. They say losers, they're...
Somebody's getting punched.
Somebody's getting punched, exactly.
Definitely getting punched.
Either Liquid or Empire is going home. Both these two teams off to a slow start in the playoffs, but with that said, they cruised through the main tournament. Like, they got through the first group stage, both finishing... Empire finishing second in their group and Liquid winning their group.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both finishing first in their group, in fact.
Yeah, finishing first in their group, but then they played the big dogs. They played Na'Vi, they play Alliance, respectively, and that's where Na'Vi Alliance, they start to get serious. New patch comes out, and...
It's where winning your group is like, oh, great, we win our group, but we've still got to verse Na'Vi Alliance, so...
Yeah, it's kind of how Na'Vi felt about the Alienware Cup. Oh, our group? Who cares?
Yeah.
Now we go to the playoffs. And
no more Havos Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, as long as you move on, that is the main goal. So here we go into the draft for this game. It was a first pick Naga Siren for Team Empire. As for Team Liquid, they had the second pick. They go Darkseer Visage. They don't go for Bounty Hunter, and they can't go for Timbersaw. So they don't get a Koikfa hero here. And actually, Koikfa have been played primarily either the Bounty Hunter or Timbersaw, but both are banned out.
Was he going to be on the Darkseer, do you think?
Well, yeah, at this point with the Darkseer, that's what we'll be playing. But I do find it interesting that they opt not to go for the Bounty Hunter, because we saw Na'Vi showcasing the power. That hero's he's really a powerhouse right now.
Oh, he really feels that way. Liquid pick up a Darkseer's really fallen off, and on top of falling off, like in general, he's gotten a nerf. Obviously, Vacuum is one of those spells which you give it a longer cooldown, the hero still does the exact same thing. It doesn't affect his laning, doesn't really affect his mid game. It just means you can't use it as often as you used to.
It is now 28 seconds. I mean, it gets to a point where it's like a small ultimate. You do have to land a good vacuum in these team fights, or else you don't get the second round 18 seconds later. It's a long wait here for sure. But
Empire switch things up. Like Na'Vi, they lost 2-0 to Na'Vi. They're going to continue with this Naga Siren, which I'm not a big fan of, but they go for an early Doom pick, and this is something I feel they need to do more of. It's just draft these more niche picks, which they seem to play really well with.
Yeah, Doom's been really successful for them. They also love their support Bane, which is still in the pool.
Yep.
We'll have to see if they would go for it when they already have so much other single target lockdown from the Naga and the Doom. Liquid don't really have a hero that Bane is like super good against yet, but we'll have to wait and see how the rest of the draft develops. As for Liquid going for the Darkseer, I mean, just to talk a little bit more about him, this is a hero that went from being like auto first pick, winning tons of games. I think I was casting with Vikramon yesterday, and he said there was an article that talked about Darkseer recently. He's winning like 30% of his games over the past few months.
Even like before that, like if you go back like when he first started, when his Vacuum was like a ridiculously short cooldown, he only had like a I was reading I think K-pop Toasters wrote, and he had like a 48% win rate in competitive Dota, yet he was still like the most picked and banned hero. He got like huge. That was back when Vacuum had like a
14 or 18 seconds.
Whatever the shortest cooldown it was, and back before like even pre-nerf on like his Wall of Replica. So the hero was never like getting immediate success, like even though obviously he was such an integral hero to so many strategies. Like he was a good hero, but he wasn't winning a lot.
I think it's a lot of maybe sort of teams that are less adept at him corrupting the data a bit, where if you're not really good at Darkseer and you don't have synergy for him.
Noob-friendly hero to I guess use a word that I shouldn't to describe pro teams, but...
You pick a versatile hero, at least.
Yes, he's a very easy hero for any teams to use, whereas you look at how Bounty Hunter's played. Bounty Hunter, you have to know all the little tricks and stuff to go through the jungle, be disruptive while staying alive. For Darkseer, you've got an escape and surge, you've got a way to farm, you've got Iron Shell, and if you're against a Trellin, you go jungle, so... He's very easy to use, which I think where the weaker teams more often than not would be the ones picking him up, maybe.
Absolutely. Interestingly enough, it is Empire who ban out the Bane, so it looks like they're not interested in going for it, and they respect this hero's power a lot. So going for the Doom pick, generally we've seen them run it in the jungle. It is possible to run it in the lane, but and you can even give him that 1v1 against Darkseer, which we have seen Empire do in the past. If they want to do that, then they probably go aggressive tri-lane here with the Naga +2, but... we'll have to wait and see if that is their goal. Against Visage, it's always risky.
Yeah, as for Liquid, we'll have to see what they look to get with the Visage Darkseer. They have the makings of a strong teamfight here. They've got most likely their offlane hero for Koikba. They can put the Darkseer mid, so it's always a bit up in the air if they want to still grab his Nature's Prophet or something.
I think this is where you go for the Bulba Clock. Maybe not this, obviously not now because they've gone Marana, but they really like that clockwork.
Yeah, and they do go for the TC carry Marana normally, or every now and then it'll be like Koikva and then offlane on the Marana, but this looks like we will be seeing TC on a carry Marana, so we need some kind of another damage dealer, I guess, for the mid lane for Bulba, but you still can go the clockwork because even though your only carries the Mirana, like having Visage gives you a ton of burst damage and nukes, so you
And
have got damage.
you can go back for like a profit for Koikfa. Well, actually, I guess he's probably playing the Darkseer unless they want to jungle it. So
they could well do so.
They could jungle it because you know Empire's likely to jungle that Doom.
I think they. I've seen Mag run it in mid lane a bit. They're one of the teams.
They've done it both ways.
Yeah,
but now picking up a Luna as well.
I haven't looked at enough of their games, but the one or two times I've seen it has been mid. But
I don't. Luna Naga is not like the strongest tri lane if you really want to go aggressive here. So this makes me think that Empire are probably going defensive tri lane. Maybe they'll just leave the Luna alone after the first few levels.
Yeah.
It is a bit harder to lane against Darkseer not having Tranquil Boots available for carries anymore, but that's where you just get some extra regen. So we'll see Shadow Demon the choice from Liquid.
Definitely looks like offensive trialing from Liquid.
Yeah, Liquid want to take the fight to Empire, and this is a combo that can easily kill a Doom if he is in the jungle.
Yep.
Go support Silencer, support Doom. This is what they were doing to Roxkiss gods, and Roxkiss was actually, after the first game, found themselves forced to ban out both of these heroes because Empire was clowning on them with them, but we'll have to see if they're successful in this.
Well, there's your trialing for Empire. So Silence and Nagasar and Luna against most likely a Liquid offensive trialing. Doom will be either mid or in the offlane, depending on how Empire want to lane this and what hero they get last for Scandal. But either way, there's still, I guess OD's been banned out, so I'm not sure what kind of big Scandal heroes are left in the pool.
Yeah, I think this really is going to discourage them from going for the jungle Doom. I think now you say, we want to put our Doom 1v1 against Darkseer. If they weren't playing it before, they definitely are not. Maybe go mid, and then you'll pick up something else for the solo mid.
Yeah, and I guess combined with, they've already got their two supports, so Doom isn't going to be a 4 position. I guess if you're sending him to the offlane against the tri-lane, you may just straight up jungle, but they're going to have to try to figure out exactly what Liquid are going to be doing with their lanes. I like the Razor Band because it's a good hero for these 1v1 solo matchups, and that's what, if Liquid are going offensive trialing, they need to ban out these strong 1v1 heroes so that their 1v1 matchups, the Darkseer and whatever their last pick are going to be the heroes coming out on top. They could even go for something like a Lone Druid, who's one of the best heroes for 1v1 matchups.
For Liquid, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they could. Koikfa, I mean, it could be a Bulba Darkseer and a Koikfa Lone Druid. Or maybe they even go for the Koikfa Prophet and put Bulba on the Darkseer mid. So those are the two main options. It could be a solo Mirana. They get something else for the tri-lane. There's a couple of ways they could do it, but I'm leaning towards Mirana tri-lane. That's why you go for the Shadow Demon. Darkseer solo mid, and then safe lane Prophet or Lone Druid.
Mirana's a very weak solo hero. Like it's on paper, like you're looking, it's like, oh, you got AoE nukes, you've got a ranged attack, you've got max range. You think it's a good solo hero, but the animation and damage is just too pitiful.
Agreed. So what do Liquid go for? That's the big question now. Prophet might be a bit better.
Yeah, you still can get the Prophet
if you're running an aggressive try, but they'll go Lone Druid. So. Gives them a very strong mid-game pushing lineup. They can take Roche fairly early if they win the tri-lane. They get a mech, medallion, and you're straight into the pit.
Yeah.
So now for Empire, who's going to be laning against that Lone Druid? This is not a great matchup for Doom.
Doom cannot. It's very tough. And they also don't know where Liquid is sending the Lone Druid, because both Lone Druid and Darkseer both can go mid, both can go to that safe lane solo. I imagine more likely we see Bulba on the Darkseer mid and it's a Koikva Lone Druid. Yeah. Possibly even TC's played the hero in the past if they want to put Koikva on the tri-lane Mirana. So
they could even solo mid the Mirana, give Koikva the Darkseer, and TC on the Lone Druid in the tri-lane. So there's a lot of ways they could look to run it.
Well, Empire, one more pick coming their way. Razor Razor also somewhat banned out in preparation for this Lone Druid pick, maybe. I think Quap.
Okay. Empire, lots of bursts, lots of lockdown. A hero that's unlikely to die to Lone Druid if it is the 1v1 matchup. Unlikely to win that lane, however. I wonder if Empire even think about dodging this tri-lane.
It's very tricky. I guess Quap kind of needs some farm and levels. I think
Scandal. Okay, Scandal going mid then.
I think he may even go offlane Quap, because Mag's gone mid on the Doom. Like, he always plays the Doom, and sometimes he'll actually go mid, putting Scandal in the offlane. So it could be an offlane Queen of Pain. Like, sending Queen of Pain 1v1 against the Lone Druid.
So that's also interesting, is it is Bulba Mirana, which we brought up as a possibility, but
yeah.
We've seen this a lot from Mushi before. I would say Mirana at a bit of a disadvantage versus Quap if it is a 1v1. Against the Doom should do quite well. So, well, at least break even. So, we'll have to see.
All right. Well, I like these two. Empire, the last pick, Queen of Pain, is quite nice. I think it does match up pretty well in general against the Liquid lineup. But the last pick, Lone Druid, it really rounds off Liquid's lineup well. Having just Mirana as your only damage outputting carry is kind of not really that good going towards the late game. But they add in the Lone Druid, a great 1v1 specialist. And with this, Liquid, their offensive tri-lane's very scary, and their 1v1 matchups are both in their favor.
Yeah, Liquid's lineup scales pretty well late game, but they're really designed just to win the lanes. That's how their draft works. You pick the Visage early, go for the strong offensive tri-lane, and then pick two really versatile and pretty powerful solos. You expect to win your lanes and snowball from victory to there, slowly but surely. They can take it late, but if it does go late and it's even-footed, I think I lean towards Empire, having support heroes and Silencer and Naga that just do so much heavy lifting later on. Especially having Global can just win you a game outright. So, with that being said, let's introduce our teams. On the Radiant side, we've got the Russians. We'll start with Vankscore. He's been a standout for this team. On your support Silencer, already headed into the jungle. Always want to fly. Going to be playing that support Naga Siren. That throws Scandal onto the offlane Quap. 8 tangos, expecting that Lone Druid safe lane 1v1 matchup. Silent, going to be playing your Luna. That puts Mag onto your jungle Doom.
Well, over on the Dire side, we have the amazing Americans. It's Team Liquid. TC going to be on the Mirana. They've switched things back a little bit, it looks like. We're going to see Fluff on the Shadow Demon. Way 2 on the Visage, so no offensive trialing, perhaps. Bulba on a solo mid Darkseer, and that leaves Koikva as a straight-up off-lane Lone Druid. And I think they're maybe anticipating Empire dodging the tri-lane and just, like, out-mind-gaming them, or maybe they just decided they want to go for a safe lane tri-lane.
Yeah, it's... Oh, the thing is, I think the main issue with them wanting to go for a safe lane tri-lane is just that Lone Druid is pretty weak nowadays on the off-lane, I feel, against the tri-lane. If they can kill your bear, that's 300 gold, 300 experience. I guess the concern, though, is can Silencer and Naga actually kill the bear?
Yeah, Liquid maybe.
Sure
I think
that.
Liquid just really read these lanes well. They get a 1v1 matchup with the Lone Druid versus Quap. Quap is somewhat prepared, has a lot of regen. It's so weird seeing a Quap with 8 tangos.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, where's the
It looks
missing
like 3
tango?
sets. It's like, did you really spend 270 gold on tangos?
And if you want to pull one to a teammate, you suddenly have 7, which then also looks really weird to start with 7 tangos. I still have to get used to this.
Yeah, and the salve as well. The bear already in position, looking to do a creep skip, and it will end up doing so. Scandal's not even going to bother with the bear. He's just going to try and pull this creep wave around, it looks like, and prevent it from pushing into his tower. So that lane looks pretty good for Lone Druid. Queen of Pain should do fairly well, and, well, our mid lane, Doom versus Darkseer. How do you think this one's going to go?
Slight edge to the Darkseer, I imagine. He's going to just be able to farm a lot easier with the Iron Shell, but Mag's going to be rushing a bottle, as is Bulba, and Bulba actually already has his, so going for a very fast bottle rush here with the 2 tangos pulled, so should be Darkseer favored, but...
Oh, Silent, he was a little bit far out. Naga's going to tank the arrow.
Nice.
Nicely done, but always want to fly, and most likely going to give up your first blood here. Soul Assumption will secure the first blood, and that was just way too easy.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't even have to work for that kill. Hell, the arrow didn't even hit on the hero that they wanted it to, and they still end up getting the kill.
Yeah, Naga Siren takes one for the team there, keeps Luna alive, but this offensive trial from Empire is already off to a really bad start here. Way 2 at the first blood. He's up to 700 gold. This is a fast boots. Magic Stick as well against a Trilon is going to be fantastic for him.
Gods, you give up a Visage, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much the lesson we have learned repeatedly over the past
Has the hero's
3
like
days.
win rate even gone down since the new patch? I feel like it hasn't. If
I
anything,
feel
it's
like
gone up.
I feel like teams are just respecting Visage less for some reason.
Yeah.
And therefore, if anything, his win rate's going up. Because they're not banning him. They're often ignoring him when they have the chance to pick him. And as a result, things just go south.
There's a lot more just early game fights and aggression. Like you see teams contesting the offlane now. And as a result, when there's more early fights, Visage is getting more kills, more involved. So in some ways, the new patch, it suits Visage's playstyle. While he did get nerfed, but his actual playstyle suits the patch more. So I don't know if it's like all that bad for him.
Yeah, and with heroes in general, you're in the tri-lane getting more experience, being able to share from the pull.
Yeah.
And, sure, you maybe get less when you're pulling, but when you're killing, you get more.
And Visage benefits a lot from having more gold, which is what the new patch gives supports.
Yeah, more gold in general. So I think that's obviously this lane is a very big concern for Empire. Luna tri-lane's generally fairly weak, and well, we're seeing that here. Plus Liquid, they're the ones getting the gold for this pull. Sure, there's some experience going to the Radiant side, but this is a big issue for a tri-lane. Even if you're getting experience, a tri-lane versus tri-lane, oh, Miwa Bulba, diving Mag middle lane. Might end up getting a kill here, but the Scorched Earth keeps him alive. Bulba does not want to tank this tower yet. I think he's going to go for round 2 soon. Mag has bottle charges. Mag does have a tango, but already the creep skipping well underway. Meanwhile, top lane, disruption, arrow slightly off. It's going to hit Always Want to Fly. Again, not the ideal target. They do net TC after the leap. He's going to get caught out here. Does he go down? Can they kill him? They can't. And now Way 2 just standing strong. A few more auto attacks will bring him down. It's a 2-for-1. Silent could be next. Can they run him down in time? Already, support's coming back. They're going to wipe the tri-lane. Empire gets a triple kill out of nowhere. Liquid just way too overconfident there, not respecting the right click of Silent at all.
Well, Liquid somewhat infamous for losing tri-lane versus tri-lanes, and this is not a good start to their tri-lane versus tri-lane. Bulba's doing great at mid lane. He's creep skipping. He had the regen room. Actually lost the regen, so he's going to have to salve up, but he's putting so much pressure on Mag. Mag just with the 12 CS right now.
Yeah, Mag's really got to be careful. He does have Scorched Earth available, but needs to make sure that he does not get caught by Bulba tower diving him. This is like right around that point where Darkseer wants to go for the kill, ideally, before you get access to Doom. Because once you get Doom and he dives you, then you can just turn around and kill him.
Well, we're going to see Shadow Demon smoke himself up. He's going to be swinging towards mid lane, it looks like, maybe trying to get a kill on Mag.
Typical Fluff. He loves to go for these like personal smokes, just by himself, warding, ganking, very early on.
Oh, he sees Doom coming, and Mag is going to get disrupted. This is bad for Bulba. Oh, sorry, bad for Mag.
He's going to run the other way. He's going to give them the run around here, but Wave 2 comes in. The whole tri-lane descends on this lane, and Mag is still alive. In fact, Wave 2's probably going to go down. You play Russian Dota, you'd better be prepared to play full Russian. Empire rotating their entire team here. Always want to fly, juking through the Ancients. Bulba could be next. He tries to kill off Mag. He drops low. He does get a double kill. He surges away. One last glaive. Not enough to bring him down. 7 HP, but not sure how he gets out of here. They're actually going to turn around. The wall gets dropped. It just misses him. One more hit will bring down Fluff. Bulba, well, he's got very little options as far as getting out of here. He's going to run back through his own wall and just scouts things out. Hopes that the Luna has
buying and he's going
him.
to suicide, it looks like. He buys items. He should suicide here.
Has 180 gold. Okay. Well, he'll lose some. Could have bought another TP, but not a big deal.
Okay. Well, make sure he doesn't give another kill to Silent. Silent, all of a sudden, is 4-0 on Luna.
The one lane we have not looked at is this safe lane for Empire.
This lane's boring, LD. Come on.
Well, just want to mention that Koikfa is dominating his lane.
Yeah.
As you would expect for a lone druid versus Quap.
Yes, Quap 11 and 5 has just gone for straight up bootsy. It kind of needs a bottle or some kind of region. Empire going to now go for a smoke of their own. Vangskor and Always Want to Fly. They may be heading bottom trying to kill off Koikfa here.
Yeah, they're going to leave Silent alone in the off lane, but he's about to get a clip. So if Liquid dive him at the wrong time, it could go really south. Now, Disruption Illusions will tank our clips damage, so as long as they have that disruption in the fight, they shouldn't end up getting killed, but you do always have to be nervous when you're diving a Luna at this stage of the game.
Yep, and Quake at the bottom lane has resorted back to pulling creep waves again, and this is because he knows there's a potential smoking coming in. And
he walks right into the supports. He Grave Chills, tries to run, but the net's there. It's going to find him, and with 1-2 more nukes, they should get him. He TP's out. Just barely escapes. Very well played by Koikfa.
Yeah, I think that last silencer attack not actually landing. That may have been just enough damage to kill him off, but he gets out of there, and the ensnare comes a little bit sooner. I think Always Want to Fly was just a tiny bit slow with the ensnare, and as a result, the Visage gets away. He got too far away for the auto attacks. But it's still Empire with a... Well, they're 6 kills apiece, but they're getting kills on their core heroes. They're getting Luna 4-0. Doom has not... Well, he's died that one time at mid lane, but he's now level 6, ready to get a bit more involved.
Also, Queen of Pain and Doom are 2 solos that, even if they're not winning their lanes, can just show up and win team fights, whereas... Lone Druid, at this stage of the game, he helps your team win by just pushing and much more like kind of a passive style. So I think Empire, like you said, all 3 cores doing well in some fashion. This could really snowball for them. Can they find Quake for bottom? There's an Invis Naga here. Queen of Pain not yet level 7. Scandal probably wants to hit that, so he has this full combination.
Yeah.
Right now, he's just got a Scream ult and a Blink, but that's it.
They need a burst.
Naga's going to go
Yeah,
mid.
they'd have to burst down Quake, but he's got level 6 ulti, so they'd have to be very fast about it. And yeah, Naga rotating back towards the mid lane, trying to maybe find Way 2 here. He's trying to just get his level 6 on Visage.
Mag's also got Doom and Way 2, hiding back. Bulba's rotated top and has not been spotted out yet, but actually Empire decided the top's not safe. They're going to head towards mid. You see the Visage there. You figure the Darkseer's off in the jungle or off ganking. And somewhat of a giveaway that Liquid are up to something unusual, and here they go. 4 heroes to send on mid. Way 2 about to be in all sorts of trouble. Time for a teleport scroll check, and they actually have 2. 1 on Fluff, 1 on Way 2. And one on Bulba, make that 3. In the end, a lot of wasted time here for Empire, not accomplishing much.
Yeah, it's the same problems they ran into against Navi. Just supports trying to spend too much time rotating around the map, not successfully finding kills. They're not really farming jungle, getting neutral experience in farm. So Empire have to be very careful because their supports will fall behind quickly. They're already level 3 and 4 compared to both of Liquid supports level 5. Yeah,
once Visage hits 6, these supports just become food. And he's about to get level 6. Way 2, halfway to it. Empire would like to see them either go for a dive or just back off. They're just sitting here doing nothing. Even if they get this kill, it's not even worth it anymore, I feel.
Yeah, it's really cost them a lot of time. And this is also leaving Silent top lane, so he's not getting as much farm as the other ways would. He gets hit by an arrow as well. No follow-up.
But he does have Eclipse here. They're not in range for disruption.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a nice arrow from TC. He threaded it through like 2-3 different creeps, but no follow-up on that. Way 2 now hits level 6 at mid lane.
And now it's daytime, too. So they just wasted like 2 minutes of nighttime off ganking.
Yes.
Now it's daytime, it's going to be harder to sneak up on Liquid, and they're getting very tanky.
Well, Fluff is going to spot out the Naga-san rotation, and this is fine for him. He spots it out, doesn't get caught out, still gets the pull-off, and Empire just wasting a lot of time, it feels like.
I would like to see them either just go all in on a fight or just back off and farm, because this kind of wishy-washy move around but not really commit is it's just gonna lose them the game if they keep it up. Down 1,500 gold, now down 3,000 experience. Like, there hasn't been a kill since this point, and the graph is just going straight down. That is just, you know, mathematical evidence that they're just wasting experience and falling further and further behind.
Yeah. Liquid are getting so much more out of this. Bulba's going to have a very fast mech, just 300 gold away from it. Way2's level 6 on the Visage. Your Shadow Demon, he's going to be hitting level 6 as well. Already has an Urn of Shadows up as well, so Fluff has got a lot of farm. And Maltiti's not like free farming away on Mirana. This isn't a hero that necessarily needs a lot of farm to do damage early game. It's all about the levels and your nukes doing damage in the early game stage.
And now they go back to the original lanes, but now they're going back to them at a huge disadvantage with Familiars online, Silent getting isolated at the side shop. One stomp will be his death. There's a disruption. Missed timing on the stun, but they do nail the arrow. They get both supports with the secondary stomp, and now even Queen of Pain forced to teleport in.
Yes.
This means free tower for Koikfa and nothing for Empire. Just absolutely nothing.
They get 2 Familiars,
but
yeah.
not worth a tower. Not at all.
Yeah, Empire really have to go for this tier 1 top tower, it looks like. They rotate so many heroes in here. I feel like they have to try and commit to either a fight here or at least try and take this tower, but it's full HP, and I think Liquid can easily probably defend this one just with just drawing the aggro off the tower like we see here. Shadow Demon. Poison goes out, and Empire cannot push this. They haven't got the damage they need.
You know, the trades are just not going Empire's way, but they look to fight now. TC just able to keep away in the nick of time, and yeah, tier 1's gonna fall bottom. There's an early Midas up on Koikfa. Now he's up to boots and 1,000 gold, straight into Radiance if he wants to go for it, and then you're feasting on 600 HP supports here. Even Naga only 750. This is trouble for Empire.
Well, Empire will get this tier 1 top tower over time, but this took them a lot longer than they would have hoped for. And meanwhile, Empire, Koikva's farming bottom. They've got the Way2 Visage farming mid lane. Bulba's farming the jungle. He's completed his mech, and Liquid is just getting so much fatter than Empire are right now.
Yeah, they're getting way more off the map in general, and they'll continue to until Empire can force fights, but more wasted time. 2 heroes park top, Fluff park behind TC. They may get the Shadow Demon here. They do have an Observer Ward, but even if they do, it's just the Shadow Demon. You're not stopping any of these cores from farming, and they're going to pull farther and farther ahead. Right now, Liquid just had the flat-out better farming lineup, especially with this Lone Druid rushing in early Midas.
All right, well,
It's not looking good for Empire Gods, despite being 6-6.
And Koikva already up to 600 gold, so well on his way to that Radiance of his, which seems to be the popular build for Lone Druids nowadays. Empire looking for kills at top lane. They're going to find Fluff here. Doom goes out, as does the Shadow Strike. Queen of Pain has a Scream as well as a Sonic Wave.
They might even get the deny here. No, just a little bit short. Now TC. Also in the run, there is a Scream ultimate.
Only level 1 Blink, though, and he's gone for 2 in the Shadow Strike to help him in the laning stage, but having just level 1 Blink really hurts in this kind of mid-game teamfight scenarios. You need the shorter cooldown, the longer range, and, well, Mirana gets away.
Not ideal. And just getting denied so much in the lane. Lone Druid with 15 denies, but it wasn't just him denying the creeps. It was constantly pulling them away from the Queen of Pain and forcing her to last under tower. She's just not getting as much as she would. And also, you just look at Queen of Pain that's been roaming a lot. Out of the lane, level 8. You compare that to Lone Druid. Koikfa halfway, 2/3 of the way to level 10, which is a big jump in experience.
Yeah. Way2 picks up a point booster. This is a rich Visage. 500 gold. He's practically halfway to an Aghanim Scepter at 12 minutes in as a support Visage.
Yeah, and you look at Empire supports, what do they have? Belt of Giant Strength of Vank Score, and just nothing on your Naga Siren.
Almost some, maybe Arcane Boots now, but even so, that's a small little pickup for the Naga Siren. Goes for an Urn instead.
And now Empire's somewhat putting even more pressure on their mid-game, and instead of being able to take it late, because Mag's going for a mech. Your Queen of Pain has not rushed a big item, although we could see Scandal go into a Scythe. Not really getting anything that helps accelerates his farm. And for Silent, what has he got? 1,600 gold, completed drums on Mag now come out. Or no, just a Bracer, sorry. So just no late-game farming items. There's no Helm of the Dominator, there's no Midas, there's no Shadow Blade on the Doom. There's just nothing to help them come back.
Yeah, it really feels very desperate for Empire right now. They're ahead of 7 kills to 6, but boy, are they far behind right now. Scandal's struggling. He's going to go for a kill on TC at top lane, gets the Scream off, but no chase coming in. Scandal's got a good chunk of gold here, but he needs to just be thinking about item pickups now, because Empire, I feel, they want to fight fairly early. I don't think they can just sit back and try play a farming game against Liquid, who just have far better map control. They've got a great late game with the Lone Druid Mirana.
TC could be in a lot of trouble top. There's a Scream available. Queen of Pain has her ult. Eats an arrow to the face, drops the ult. TC almost gets the counter kill, but the nice switch to Strength Treads keeps Scandal alive.
Yeah, it really, the Strength Tread swap actually is what saved him. So nicely played there. Bulba rotating in. He's looking for a vacuum. Going to surge after Scandal. Scandal's TPing. Does Bulba see this?
Meanwhile, there's a huge action breaking out in the bottom Radiant jungle. Fluff already throwing out the Purge. Here comes your Eclipse from Silent, but tanked by the Bear, tanked by the Disruption Illusions. Doesn't even hit a hero more than once, I think. Now Mag comes in, does get off a Doom on Fluff. They may kill that support Shadow Demon, but can they even bring him down? Mag's going to need a net here, a few right clicks. He's not going to get him in time. Doom used up. Doom not accomplishing much. Now, Mag could easily be dead. A root here could spell his Doom. Quick, but not in range for that root. Familiar stunts. 1, 2. They will let him go, but, well, not a great trade. Eclipse used up. Still no level 6 on your support silencer 14 minutes in.
Yeah, and 3 heroes go down for Empire in that engagement. 2 of them to the Visage, and Visage, well, the Aghanim Scepter is going to be coming up really damn fast all of a sudden. And Liquid are going to start, well, okay, they're not going to go for the tier 2 bottom tower. Maybe they back off and go for Roshan, but for now, farming the enemy jungle, getting just more and more out of this game, and Empire, I just don't see what items they're getting that are going to really change this. Scandal's going for an Orchid here in the top lane on this Queen of Pain, but having an Orchid against this kind of 5-man Liquid lineup, I'm not sure how much it will actually help.
Could help you burst the Darkseer before he gets off his vacuum wall, but there's always a Shadow Demon, so you pretty much have to kill the Shadow Demon, and then he gets mech'd. He's already pretty tanky. I don't know, gods. Like you said, it's at this point, Empire just have to flat out outplay Liquid. They can't win just by breaking even, and not that Empire can't outplay them, but they have to outplay them by a significant margin, which is pretty concerning if you're an Empire fan.
Yeah, we're going to have Liquid just play things a bit safe and backed off for the time being. They're still roaming through the enemy jungle, more than anything just denying Empire of farming it out. And, well, Koikva's got enough money for his Relic, so 15-minute Relic will see 17, 18 minutes on that Radiance time. And with that, Liquid can take Roshan, take any fight they want, and start pushing any out of tower.
And Empire know they need to get some big kills now. Do they go on the Bear here? They couldn't snare it, look for a kill. But they need to damage it quickly. Now the smoke gets revealed. They'll find way 2 in the jungle. Familiar Stomp 1, 2. They are stacked a bit. They can cancel a TP with a level death. They'll do so. They get a kill, but it's only the Visage. Koikva's out safely. Has his Relic. They'll go right back to farm the Ancients. And again, Empire really forcing the fights, but just not getting the right heroes with these ganks.
Yeah, and Familiar's even getting away there. So Empire killing off just the Visage. Killing off the Spirit Bear would have given them more gold. So it really goes to show that it's really Empire just struggling to find anything that's really big enough to turn this game around.
And meanwhile, we haven't really seen Liquid take advantage of the strength of their lineup, which is
Fluff and mid. He's going to get caught out.
Okay.
It's still these support pickups. It's Fluff just a bit kind of...
Was he just wandering around the river?
Yeah. I don't know. Fluff was just a bit out of place there, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Like Liquid a kill like that, it may give Empire a tier 1 mid tower, which is going to be a nice pickup, but Liquid are trading. They're going for the top tier 1 tower of their own.
There's a glyph on the side of Empire. There's one used now in Liquid. I think Empire can actually get the tier 1 mid and look to defend. This tower's dropping pretty fast, but already the teleport reaction comes from Mag. He's got a haste turn. He's going to pop it now. Can he get in there in time? At least go for a deny. Just hiding in the trees. He's going to let the tower fall. No, the glyph gets forced out. Now the TP's come. He's got a Doom. Already your Moonlight Shadow thrown out, and he just settles for a Devour. But they get a tier 1 mid, and they will deny the tier 1 top. Not too bad.
Well, good sequence of events for Empire. Killing off the 2 supports mentioned, not really the biggest deal, but they follow it with a tower kill as well as denying a tower of their own. So that's a small little edge going Empire's way. And we can see the gold graph goes from about a 3k lead to 2k. Liquid still have that dire side advantage. They've still got Roshan to play around with, and they've still got a very farm lone Druid.
Yeah, and once the Radiance is up, I mean, the only thing they don't have to take Roshan is a Medallion, which I would like to see Way 2 get, but he's so close to that Aghanim.
Radiance is up. 17 minutes Midas Radiance.
Yeah, and
That's
he did at least get basic boots on the hero or prevent him on the Bear. And straight into the Roche Pit they go. Now they have to fight against a level 2 vacuum, or rather level 2 wall, level 3 vacuum mech. This is going to be the toughest fight of Empire's life. They will find Fluff, though. Oh, the Troll Trap's there. The Silence is there. Can they burst him quickly? That means no Shadow Demon in this fight. He doesn't get off the Disruption. This fight now going south quickly. Arrow comes in, though. Always want to fly caught out, but the Eclipse comes through. Does decent damage. It's level 2. Almost kills TC. Can't quite get the double kill. Now from the backside, the Vac Wall. And the turnaround will come from the Radiance Bear. They can't kill it off. If they don't kill it off, then everyone melts. There's a pause in the midst of it. The Doom was lagging. Did not get off Doom in this fight. Didn't have mana for it.
Yeah.
That is devastating.
I mean, at this point, you can't really even turn around and help. Maybe he can try to kill the Spirit Bear, but...
That's not... Yeah, if he does that, Koikva is just going to resummon it and kill him as well.
Yeah, there's another silence on Bulba, so Bulba can't really cast too much here, but... Problem for Scandal is, if he dies, he's giving up this gem, which Empire have just bought. They were trying to get some map control. They wanted to be able to cancel the Moonlight Shadow, and Scandal needs to blink before an Entangle comes out. Where
does Scandal go? He's facing towards the south side. The Bear will be ready in pursuit. He just dies to the right clicks. Gem goes to Liquid. And straight back into the Roshan pit.
Yeah.
That is an unmitigated disaster for them. They even used Global, which is part of the reason that fight went well, but
Yeah. And they killed
didn't
Shadow.
matter.
Like, it started off 4v5. They killed the Shadow Demon, but
I think if they have Doom in that fight, Empire actually wins that fight, because they would have gotten one more kill. You could just, probably not the lone Druid, but you just Doom Bulba. He doesn't get off his back wall. He doesn't get to mech, and then it's Koikva fighting 3-4-on-1.
Yeah,
the fight just falls apart.
The Radiance timing from Koikva, though, caught Empire completely by surprise. They had no idea they were fighting to the Radiance. It also soaked up most of the Eclipse damage from the Luna, and as a result, Liquid just storm ahead.
Fluff and stuff. Now getting caught out, going for his typical solo ward games, but yeah, Fluff just too greedy here and should end up going down.
He gets a kill, though. Well, that's worth it.
That's because Fluff is just insanely, well, Liquid in general, just way far ahead.
Yeah.
But normally that's just a death.
That's, the solo smoke warding, and he gets a kill on a Luna as well. It doesn't get any wards down, but trading his life for a Luna.
This is like the 10th time I've seen him do it in like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
At some point, teams are going to watch the tape on Liquid and say, hey, we're just going to camp for Fluff and kill him.
Yeah. What happened to the actual
top lane? Scandal going away too. Does he really think he can get this kill? There's just no way. This Vis is just way too tanky. We'll be okay.
Okay, gems on the career. Liquid did reclaim the gem. They're going to hold on to it. They could use it for some de-warding because Empire have a lot of map, but I think they just don't want to give it up. Visage may be the best hero who could be carrying it for the time being if they wanted to.
So interestingly enough, TC picked up that early Rain of Health, but goes back for drums. Does not try and rush that Linked Sphere. Just getting something that'll help them now. They do have a very fat lone druid, so doesn't really have to be the primary DPS. Doesn't have to farm that much, and drum's a good cheap item if you want to be pushy in the mid game, which feeling more and more like Liquid do. So God's 19 minutes in, Liquid up, not as much as you might think. 3k gold, 8k experience is the big thing here, but I do feel for Empire there is still that chance of a comeback.
Yeah, it goes to show they are farming decently well here. You've got Luna Silent working on that BKB. And once the BKB's up there, once Queen of Pain has maybe a BKB as well, suddenly Empire do have a decent shot at taking these team fights against Liquid.
Yeah, they got to get there first, though. Plate Mail's up on Mag. We'll see what he goes for. Assault Caress, the sort of default choice, but definitely could go for Shivas and works really well with the AoE of a Naga and a Queen of Pain. So now Scandal working on his next item, as you mentioned, and we'll see what Empire does, but one thing's for sure, they will be unlikely to take really aggressive fights until this Aegis is up.
Fluff goes for another solo smoke. Smoke on the career, just uses it, goes down the lane. He wants to walk past the creep wave to get a ward down, but this is just...
It's also, it's very expensive. Like, even if he doesn't die, he's using up all of his team's smokes, pretty much, just to go for these. I guess they weren't using them anyway, but...
Down the road, you may want them. Right now, Liquid only have 1 smoke left. He's going to scout at the courier, maybe.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to kill this, though.
He's going to try.
Oh, actually, with Purge, he will.
Wow. I did not know you could purge couriers.
Oh. Wow. So, you can use Purge on them, but not Omni Slash. Interesting. Very random.
That just happened?
Yeah. That's the first time I've ever seen a Purge courier kill.
Yeah.
Probably the last time I'll ever see it, too. It's just very arbitrary what abilities work on courier. Like Roar, Purge do, but lots of other single target ults do not.
Yeah. I've seen Ensnare kill couriers a few times, but
Ensnare's definitely one we see a lot.
That makes kind of sense. Like it's like Ensnare's kind of like a physical spell. It's not like a magic. It's not like a nuke type thing.
Can you Doom a courier? No, that's hero only. It's very arbitrary, I feel.
Yeah. All right, well, I have to look to see what Empire do now. I'm not sure. I didn't actually check what was on the courier. I just saw that the courier went down.
Yeah, I can double check. It was actually the Hyperstone for Mag, but truth be told, he probably wasn't completing his AC for another 3 minutes anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. It's just about the gold for Liquid.
Yes, because that's something they've actually kind of not so much struggled with, but they have a very small lead of theirs as far as the gold goes. Like you said, only about 2 to 3k for most of this game. They're now starting to pull a bit further ahead, but Empire have been keeping up as far as farming goes. Queen of Pain, Doom, as well as Luna. The Tricor all with decent CS.
Look at him. Again, he's off on his own, charging into enemy territory. This time, at least, he's got his team coming behind him, but this Shadow Demon is fearless.
Yep.
So far, it's working out for Fluff. Later on this game, I imagine we'll see him playing behind his team when they're trying to siege the high ground. But when he's warding, he has no fear.
Where are those defensive disruptions and whatnot? The Liquid take an easy tier 2 tower. They're going to back off. They've still got the Aegis for Koikva, but it looks like they don't have too much intent to use this. It's still got about 2 minutes left on it, but Liquid they're sitting back. They're going for these outer tier 2s. Maybe they're going to group up at top lane after pushing up mid to just go for the next tier 2 tower.
They have Hyperstone on Koikva. He's up to 2,000 gold. The AC is really not that far off, and they're going to find Scandalier in the jungle. Uh-oh. Blinks north, but it'll blink right into Koikva and entangle here. will be the death of Scandal. Gets off 2 hits. Now the silence comes out, but what is it really going to do? Oh, he blinks to the high ground. Is there a vacuum available? No, Bulba already used it. They will get that Queen of Pain.
Okay, they get the Queen of Pain. It looks like...
Or she will get out, I mean.
Queen of Pain gets out, and Liquid rotate towards the mid lane. They want to start going for a bit of a push here, it looks like. Well, they've still got this Aegis, and that's going to cause problems for Empire.
How long is left on it? Looks like they've got like a minute.
Yes, a tiny bit over a minute, I want to say.
Okay. BKB's up on Bulba. It's a pretty good time to push. They don't have the AC, but, you know, you at least do some chip damage here. You have 3 familiars already at 23 minutes in. You may not kill this tower, but you'll do some chip damage, force out a glyph, and even if you don't, and then you go for Roshan as soon as it respawns.
Yeah, they can kill this very fast with familiars, Lone Druid as well. This tower is just melting.
They want to save it for the base, so they forfeit this tier 2.
All right. Well,
Arrow's going to fly. It's going to hit Scandal. Do they get any sort of follow-up here? He's getting hit by the bear. He blinks away. Is there a turnaround?
Ooh, he got brought down very low, but not quite enough.
That's a little bit scary.
Yep.
Scandal just hit by an arrow, right-click 3 times by the bear, almost dead.
Yeah, and if that's an entangle, he goes down. So they're going to rotate towards the top lane. The courier does respawn, and there's your AC for Mag. He just got enough gold for it, so it actually kind of timed quite nicely with the courier respawn.
This makes Mag the most important hero by far on Empire. If he ends up dying in a team fight before getting off Doom, Mech, as well as just staying alive to provide the ACR, his team is toast. They need Mag to live for a very long time.
It's a free AC aura for the Darkseer, at least until Quakeba has one for the Liquid side.
Well, gods, they saved their glyph earlier, and now they're smoking, they're wrapping around. Liquid may feel overly safe because they have this Observer Ward. TC is going to, however, reveal the gank, and now the jig is up. Where's the initiation for Mag? He's looking for a Doom. They dodge a couple familiar stuns, but the arrow comes in. This is the one here. They cannot afford to lose. Eclipse comes out, but it's being tanked by the bear, by the illusion so far. It's not doing a thing. Everybody's still alive, and now Way2 cleaning up. He's killed off the Doom quickly. Silent, isolated by the bear. Soul Assumption coming through. He's got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. There is a Son available. They all just have to run. They use their Doom. The arrow's coming in. Oh, just barely missed. You always want to fly. Familiar's not affected if they get some stomps here. Those are some more kills. Scandal looking for the right clicks. The stomp's still cooling down. So they lose their Doom. He never even got to Doom in that fight, and they get nothing.
Yeah, I feel like that could have gone a whole lot worse for Empire. The Song of the Siren bailing them out. Now Fluff actually gets caught up in the mid lane, but a nice vacuum from Bulba. He wants some heroes here. The arrow somehow misses always when to fly. That looked like it was about to land. And Liquid.
That Naga's been losing some weight because she's looking skinnier for that arrow not to be hitting there.
I feel like that's the first things Naga's done this entire game. Like I forgot there was a Naga Siren in this game, to be honest, LD.
You're on the Naga hate train today, gods.
I think it's still a good hero. Empire just overvaluing it, it feels like. And
I think it's partially that and also just not respecting Visage enough. I mean, you want to go aggressive trialing. Why are you giving away Visage? It just doesn't add up.
Well, as it stands, it's Liquid with a decisive lead here. They can wait for the next Roshan to respawn if they want to. Empire kind of stuck to just play this defensive Dota here. Try and farm, get their next couple of items up. The BKBs is going to be crucial for them. They've got Lunas. They want Luna some extra damage, but they need this BKB on Scandal.
Yeah, they need the BKB on Scandal, and still after that, they need more items. Like, you need to see a Doom with a Shiva's Guard, maybe work towards some sort of HP item. Even a Heaven's Halberd for the bear wouldn't be bad. Your Luna needs to complete a Manta style, then work towards the Butterfly. I still think Empire could take this late with relatively close farm, and in fact, I'd give them the edge there, but there's a long way to go to catch up. Now they're down by 10k gold, 10k experience, and Liquid, the hits just keep on coming. Roshan will be up soon, and once the Rosh is up, then they get the second Aegis, and they go high ground.
Oh yeah, Mag needs to be careful at mid lane here. It's going to be Quakeba rotating in, looking for an entangle, although not much backup for the Liquid player in mid, and well, as it stands, it's Liquid just going to be constantly scanning out Roshan, waiting for it to come back up. They can farm Ancients, the enemy neutrals in the meantime. TC's picked himself up a Yasha, it looks like, so he's going to be going for a Manta style to help with the push. Not going to be finishing the Lincolns here. He actually sells his Ring of Health then. Well,
and Bulba gets a blink.
Okay.
It was pretty funny. Bulba surged himself into the trees to TP out, and Scandal, unbeknownst to him, was hiding like right over here, but ends up just both of them get out. Nobody does anything. And they all back off. Now Mag picks up a Mask of Death. Looks like go Vlad's for him, so trying to bring his team back in this game by stacking mass auras, but you're up against Shadow Demon and Darkseer. You're liable to give all those auras right, even this Alpha Wolf damage aura right back the other way. I think this might be one aura too many. Like, going for this many, it's just, it might end up helping Liquid. Can you imagine Liquid? Well, they're going to have their own AC, but with the Vlads and with the Alpha Wolf, not critical strike, the pack leaders are as well.
Yeah, that's decent amount of plus damage for everyone.
Yeah, and
30% bonus damage for Liquid with their push. That's going to affect the Lone Druid Bear and everything, the Vlads as well.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely-
a little, I question getting this many RI.
Yeah, definitely going to be a big priority for Bulba with his initiations. The Luna, I guess, a slight hero you want to be getting an illusion of as well, but just hitting Doom is going to be a huge benefit for Liquid.
And honestly, Silent isn't that farm, so getting an illusion of him isn't essential. It's just like a nice bonus, I feel. But they do complete the Vlads. Roche about to respawn in 5 seconds. Meanwhile, middle lane. Oh, Silent. They'll be okay, but is first to scurry away. And Liquid, well, at least we will see Empire. They know the Roche is up. They've got illusions in the pit right now. Liquid have not scouted it yet, but you got to imagine they're going to be looking to do it soon. And with their map control, they're not even worried about Empire going for the Roche. They're just saying, you know what, we can just farm. We'll take Roche later.
Yeah, they're playing on the dire side. As for Empire, they're kind of like, well, we want to maybe stop them and contest this Roshan, but they don't know exactly when Liquid's going for it. They've got very limited vision, just kind of in their own jungle. They have nothing around the Roshan pit. All they can do is keep sending those Naga Siren illusions to scout things out.
Bulba did just scout Roshan, and now Liquid, they'll look to group up and go into the pit soon. Can Empire contest into this pit? Now it gets so hard with Bulba having a Blink Dagger and having to fight into the pit and potentially giving away all those auras. It really all comes down. I was going to say to Vank scores global, but you can't even rely on that because there's a BKB on Bulba to remove it. So then it really comes down to the Doom being on the right hero. And who is the right hero, gods? Is it the Darkseer? Is it the Shadow Demon so he can't disrupt somebody?
If you can
what do you do here?
Yeah, if you get Darkseer before he pops the wall vacuum, 100% you want to be getting him. But if you once he's used that combo, then you're looking for Shadow Demon, Mirana, Visage, just anyone that you can be guaranteed to get a kill on. But Darkseer is the #1 priority if you can stop the wall.
Meanwhile, Roche is going to fall. Basher's up on Koikfa. This is really like your Admiral Bulldog style on Druid, the most farmed player on the team. And Empire, they were actually pushing bottom, then they smoked up and came towards the pit, but far too late to contest. 30 minutes in, this lone Druid's almost at late game status here for Koikfa.
Yeah, he's far out farming anyone else in the game. 6,000 net worth ahead of the Darkseer, the Doom, as well as the Luna and the Queen of Pain. He's just on an island of his own.
And this is why that Midas into Radiance build is so incredibly strong right now.
Yeah, he's been constantly split pushing lanes as well. Like, he'll be grouped up with his team, but his Bear's going to be just on its own pushing out a lane with the Radiance burn damage, and Liquid are just finding themselves just kill after kill, farm after farm. Now they get the Roshans as well going their way. It looks like they are ready to try and push the high ground here at the bottom lane. Fluff and stuff. What are you doing? Solo smoke again. This guy is persistent.
He doesn't even have the gem, which is the weird thing. Like, you would think if you're going to do this, you'd want that here to also be dewarding, but I guess they don't want to lose the gem either.
Liquid just don't believe in using smoke, like team smokes. And
Yeah.
this is coming from the captain of the former Complexity, who like
Only
trademarked
believed in
the
team
yeah
smokes.
the Complexity smoke game.
He's evolved. He's going to ward, but he does get immediately revealed, and it'll be dewarded within seconds.
Yep. Then in tower range or just
I must have
May have
been.
been.
They don't have a sentry.
yeah. Slightly misplaced, but the bear going to get silenced up. The actual last word works nicely against the bear because it can disarm him if he doesn't use return, but he uses return.
It's going to fly. It does hit on Mag. I don't know if they really need to dive this. They actually decide to song and go back in. Are they just sawing? Oh, they're going to prep for an ult here from Scandal. No, he's diving for Fluff. He wanted to stop Fluff from getting off the disruption. They don't do so. Always want to fly, just exploding in the middle of this fight. Bang score on the run. Chaos ensues. Silencer's ult will end, but
Yeah.
Scandal's already dead. They're getting routed. Empire just getting overwhelmed.
There's your
Way
Doom.
too big of a
Your
deficit.
Doom aura stills. Darkseer managed to get a Doom illusion. The BKB countering out the global silence, and Liquid take an easy fight. The BKB choice from Bulba countered this Empire lineup completely.
Yeah, and I think just the lane, a lot of mistakes in this game for Empire. Fantastic showing from them in the group stage, but
Yeah.
not banning Visage when they want to go aggressive, having no answer for a lone Druid 1v1 matchup, all those early rotations not working out, forcing them too much perhaps. It's just, and then going for all these R items of Doom later on against a Darkseer. It's just not their best performance, gods.
Yeah, this
And we saw them really struggling against Navi as well.
Empire's having just a bit of a slow off day, it feels like. They played amazing throughout this tournament, apart from today. But today, the drafting, the decision-making, and just not quite being up to par. Like, I think a lot of it's also, I mean, not to point fingers, but their supports are constantly under-farmed, not getting the levels they need to actually have an influence in the mid-games, whereas their opponents suddenly have, like, level 6 supports when Empire is still level 4.
Yeah.
So...
Well, the support's falling behind, the lane's not going well, the Visage going to town on them, and Liquid itemizing well. Good overall strategic decision-making. They take game 1, guys. It is a best of 3, but Liquid, they win one more, they move on, and will await the loser of Navi versus Alliance, which is your winner bracket finals. If Empire take game 2, then we go to a deciding game 3. I'm LD. He's God. Stay tuned.